Alright, this is exactly what to post on YouTube so that you can recoup the $6,000 upsell in 1 to 2 months, and in some cases, even 5 to 10x your investment. So, I'm going to talk about exactly what to post without holding anything back. But first, we need to understand this funnel. So, this is what a typical funnel for people who are selling high ticket offers looks like. You have your education tier where you're targeting people on the bottom two parts of this pyramid, but we really want to be targeting people who are problem aware and solution unaware. That's just the way that gives us the shortest latency in our YouTube system. However, as you can see from the video that I did about Danco, it definitely works to teach people about their problems as well. You just have to think on a longer time horizon. Now, the next part of this funnel is the action-based tier. And as the name implies, you're making videos on something that the prospect can take action on right now so that they can then be solution aware and move on to the top part of the pyramid, right? So examples could be how-to videos, step-by-step videos, and then you can make them using, a whiteboard, a Miro doc, OBS. Just please, for the love of God and all things holy, no more Loom videos on YouTube in 2025 and beyond. Okay, next we have parasocial videos. Now, these are optional, but they kind of go hand in hand with social proof. So they're basically videos like, how I did X, or I did Y, or I made Z. And, what these videos do is they allow the audience to develop a deeper connection with you while also validating your social proof in the next step of the funnel. So we all know what social proof is. Literally just post results you've gotten for other people. These are examples from Imperium Acquisition and Client Ascension. They literally have an infinite scroll of client results. And this isn't even all of it. This is just what fit. And they've posted them to their respective YouTube channels. So it's important to have that in video form so that, prospects can hear it from the horse's mouth. And that's the funnel. So every idea that I'm going to give you will fit into any one of these four categories. And then obviously you take the viewer to your coaching program, Calendly link, whatever the case may be. So keeping this in mind, we're going to move on to the 5 steps of making a YouTube video, which, by the way, if you want my team and I to handle the whole process and all you have to do is film, click the first link in the description so that we can work together. And my offer is performance-based, so if we don't generate leads, you don't pay. Okay, so for step 1, which is ideation, each of the stages of the funnel we mentioned before are now buckets, right? With rough amounts that you want to put into each bucket at the very top of it. There we go. So for every 10 videos, for example, 1 video should be social proof, 2 videos should be parasocial, 3 should be action based, and 4 should be educational. Now, this is obviously a rough estimate and varies depending on the kind of business that you are and your needs, your outlook, your niche, but it's a great starting point, and then you can iterate from there if you don't know where to start. And I also have examples of each video below. So, I'll zoom in here so you can get a good look, and, you can go look into these on your own time. But like the ideation step is very simple. You're just coming up with ideas, not even titles. And the ideas that you have should fit into any of these 4 buckets. And if they don't, then scrap it. Okay. It's not a good idea. That's step 1. Step 2 is finding a viable thumbnail and title. If I can zoom in. Okay, there we go. And so you might have heard of this phrase before. If they don't click, they don't watch, which reinforces the importance of packaging on YouTube. Okay, so I want you to think of packaging, so thumbnails and titles, as the marketing of a business. You can have the best product in the world, but if no one knows about it, you don't have a business, right? So to make sure your thumbnail and title is viable, you want to make sure your title has 50 characters or less, like at least less than 50 characters. And this next tip isn't mandatory, but I'm telling you right now, if your title has Alex Hormozi's name in it or AI, at least while we're still in this Alex Hormozi and AI bubble within, 2025 and 2026, it will get views, okay? And same thing with the thumbnail, right? But the most important thing with the thumbnail is that it has a clear subject and it complements the title and invokes intrigue. Okay, I want to reiterate the importance of doing this step before we start making the video. Okay, this isn't something you slap together at the end when you're about to upload, because you might have a great idea, but then you realize that you can't package it in a way that'll make viewers want to watch. And in that case, it is not a good idea. Okay, so next, once you've packaged the video, we move on to the video planning and production steps. So you start by outlining your video with, Google Doc, Miro, a piece of paper, whiteboard, whatever. And then you need to put thought into your CTA. This is super important. You need to plan what you're going to say and when specifically in the video, especially if you don't normally make videos. And generally, it is a good idea to follow the 1/3 rule. Not the 1/3 rule in filmmaking, but in YouTube, meaning that you put your the CTA a third of the way through the video. Okay, this is your video, a third of the way. This is your CTA. And then also at the end for safe measure, which I have a special thing I'm giving away for free, but only to those who've watched till the end. It's super valuable, and I know that you'll love it if you watch till the end. So anyway, after the CTA, you put it all together in a script, or you literally just start talking straight off the dome if you have that skill to a camera. Now, camera wise, work with what you got. You don't need an expensive setup or anything. And as a quick reminder, okay, Alex Hormozi's first few videos look like this. And no, I'm gonna bring this closer to the camera. That's how it looks like. This wasn't scaled down. It genuinely looks like that. It looks like it was filmed on a potato. Anyway, so just work with what you got and follow that step. Then the second to last step is editing. So the kind of edits you need differs based on who you're targeting. So if you're B2C, you're targeting consumers, then you're going to need videos that are more engaging. You're going to need edits that are more engaging, which, they're typically more involved edits, and especially if they're talking head. And if you're targeting founders, you're going to want the edits to be supplemental and super practical. Okay. Like basically just to act as visual aids, like nothing crazy, because people who are founders, they have a decent, attention span. But anyway, the last step is posting. I don't have visuals for this, but it's pretty simple because we already have the thumbnail, the title, and the video. So you literally just upload it to YouTube. Like, it's that simple. So if you're a founder yourself, my team can take care of all of this for you. Just click the first link in the description. And about the offer I teased before, if you actually want to use this, I will help you come up with a content plan based on what we covered, customized to you and your business completely for free. So if you're one of the people who bought the $6,000 upsell, I will give you a custom plan completely for free. So how it works is you fill out a very short questionnaire, book a call, and then on the call that you book, I will give you the strategy document. I'll do research before I get on the call, give you the strategy document, and show you how to use it completely for free, no strings attached. I'm not going to be selling you anything on that call at all. So click the second link in the description if that'll be valuable to you. And yeah, see ya. Have a good rest of your day.